Hello, StarCraft fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another edition of MidRank Madness. This is a game between FalconPal and Woo on Echo, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player representing Team All Inspiration. It is FalconPaladin. Hey, it's me. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Woo. Yes, this was played on New Year's Eve, at least in America. Apparently, it was already 2017 in the Eastern Hemisphere. Is that a correct term of correct use of hemisphere? I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, apparently this guy is in Asia and says, "Hey, this is the new year," and I said, "Hey, Happy New Year!" It doesn't hurt to be polite to your other players. And this is a platinum game. So let's go ahead and get right on into it here. I'm going to go ahead and go expansion first at 17 supply. Ka-chink! Very safe to do so against Terran ever since Wings of Liberty. He says, thank you, you too. And I'm going to go to harass the SCV building this barracks, forcing him to pull 2 SCVs off the line. See? The powers of drone scouting, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and try to convince you of this every single cast. Okay, maybe not every single cast, but pretty frequently. Pushing out my Slover Lords, but hey, look how far away they are. Anyway, so he's going to go ahead and go, boop, command center after the barracks. Nothing too weird going on right now. Got an extractor going up and a pool, all at 17 supply. Hatchery 17, extractor 17, and pool 17 supply. Not really feeling the need to get a pool any sooner than that at this point based on this. I have plenty of time to get a couple wings and hold them off. Hold off this Reaper that is coming any second now. Well, not any second now, but soon. Soon. Oh, it's not even a Reaper. Oh, wait. Did I can't remember that. This was a while ago, apparently. Anyway, he goes Marine here, which I think is really interesting. Didn't even try to Reaper harass. Anyway, my pool pops out. Immediately, I make a queen and 4 lings. There we go. 2 sets of lings there. This SCV doing a nice job scouting. Now, what's going on? Sees nothing untoward and nothing too weird happening. Another queen popping up at the natural base. And again, I'm not saturating my natural base because I know there's a Reaper coming, but there's not. There's not a Reaper coming. What on earth is happening here? Woo playing a little bit more defensively. Actually going for a 3rd command center at the 2-minute mark. That is what's happening here. Going super macro style. So at this point, I recognize there's not a Reaper here. There should be one here by now. So I send my slowlings out. I'm like, maybe I can get some harassment done at the front if he doesn't have much. So I go ahead and I hop on over with my slowlings, see what I can pick up. Double refinery now coming up for Woo. Oh, did I notice he didn't have gas before now? I don't think I did. That's, I need to pick that up. Need to improve on that for sure. Recognize stuff that I didn't see instead of stuff that I do see. So 4 lings coming in, and there are some Marines here, and I think I can handle them, but I can't. Definitely not. Pretty good micro, keeping all of them alive there, though. Look at that. Good job, Woo. Should have pulled out. Should have pulled my lings out, or at least run past them, maybe. Try to go around this outside and then swing in here and then come up the main. Do some scouting. This is a wall, though, that probably would get lifted, so scouting the main wasn't entirely possible. But either way, 3rd base on the way for FalconPaladin. I am getting speed, and I am making 14 lings. Now, at this point, I'm thinking I am inspired by life. I'm inspired by that Zerg player who is gone, sadly. But he had that 3-base, like, straight-up ling baneling thing that he started doing in Heart of the Swarm that was really good. So I make a baneling nest. I've got speed on my lings. I'm heading them down. I'm going to see what I can do. And this is not a wall. This is not even close to a wall. I don't think he could. Well, I guess he could wall if he was building his factory, or the barracks and factories and stuff down on this low ground. But right now, he's got 6 Marines for base defense, and that is it. So here come my lings. Run right past that bunker. Can I get inside the main? Does he lift it in time? He does not lift. Oh, he actually lowers that supply depot. What? Welcome, welcome, speedlings. Welcome to my base. Killing all sorts of Marines. Killing SCVs that are building bunkers. All these SCVs forced to pull off the line. Got more lings over here getting cleaned up inside the natural. And finally get a full surround on those dudes to take them down. But that is 7 dead SCVs. It's 22 to 25 harvesters. Guess what? More lings are coming in. You empty that bunker. I'm going to go into your natural base and go to town again. His reaction time, not so good, but he only has 2 Marines. I'm not sure if that's enough, but regardless, the SCVs are fighting for themselves. There are too many lings here for the SCVs, though they all get absolutely murdered. A Marine dies too. Another SCV going to get killed. That's 15 dead SCVs here, and a mule likely going to get picked off. More lings coming on in. Do I even need a baneling nest? Apparently not. If he's going to keep this front door open, I am going all lings all the time, baby. More SCVs trying to transfer or assist just get absolutely massacred into this mineral line. SCVs forced to fight for their lives, but they are severely outnumbered here. It's 22 to 13. Total Harvesters got some Hellions. There are some Hellions. Can they be your saving grace? You got to get microed better than that, though. But no, unfortunately not. The SCV is trying to go ahead and wall off for this Hellion, but it gets exploded too. Got more Lings coming in, and that's it. A good game from Woo. Woo is defeated. And FalconPaladin is victorious. All right, so this is a sneaky twofer. Sneaky twofer FalconPaladin cast TVZ. So we'll see what happens in our second game here. But this was just me. I didn't recognize necessarily the 3 command center at the time. But if I had, I probably would have done the same thing. I mean, this is just such a greedy, greedy play. No tanks, right? Absolutely didn't get a factory until way too late. I could have Baneling busted this front, no problem. Baneling busted this ramp as well, although hard to wall off this ramp and the front in any good time, so I maybe wouldn't have had to do that. But regardless, he just didn't have much at all. I mean, he produced 5 Marines and 2 Hellions in a 5-minute game. I mean, that's just, it's not, you can't do that. You can't do it against Zerg. He went a little bit greedy, got punished for it. My injects were on point. I do pride myself on my injects being fairly good. Let's take a look. Look, oops, under 25 energy on that queen, 44 on that queen, and 42 on that queen. Yeah, not bad. Not bad for Platinum. I am pretty happy with that. So let's move into game number 2, coming up in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to our FalconPaladin 2 edition of this mid-rank madness. This is going to be Recognize and FalconPal on Whirlwind, the latter edition. A little friendly good luck toss down. And let's introduce these players. In the bottom left of Whirlwind, the latter edition, we have the red Zerg player. It is FalconPaladin. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Recognize. That's a pretty good name. I like it. Kind of rolls off the tongue. It's kind of clever that way. Going here for the supply depot first, into the barracks. Nothing too weird about that one. And you know me, I'm going hatch first against Terran all day, every day. So one thing I'm kind of sad about is my name is FalconPal, right? I changed it from what it was previously. I think it was just regular Falcon for years before I even started this channel. Changed it to FalconPal because I couldn't fit FalconPaladin in the number of spaces you got for letters. And then like a week later, someone was like, you should have just chosen FalconPally. And I was like, ah! I absolutely should have just gone with FalconPally. That is so much better than FalconPal, but it's too late. Can I pay for a name change? Do I have to like beg Blizzard to let me change that? I don't know. I'll look into it. We'll take a look. Double refinery open from Recognize. Am I not drone scouting? I am drone scouting, but it's a huge map. That's right. Drone scouting this bottom right, then the top right, and then finally the top left. By the time I get there, there's going to be a wall. It's going to be impossible to see anything that's going on. So this double refinery is completely unscouted by me. Interesting opening here from our blue Terran player. So hatchery just about done. Again, extractor pool. All that standard stuff coming up at the times that I like them to. Actually, I think I went hatch a little early this time on accident, but I think we're okay. The general idea, the general gist is here. It's 16 to 19 total harvesters. Terran can get up a little bit in worker count before Zerg, at least until those queens pop out. So we're all right. We're doing just fine. Not worried about anything. In barracks there, it is a Reaper. It is a Reaper coming out. So this Reaper's name is, in fact, Whiskers, because he's curious, like a cat. All right, that was somebody's Reaper suggestion name. So here he is, Curious Cat Reaper. No, he's not actually a cat. He's just, nope, not that button. This one. He's just curious like one. There we go. There he is. He's going the wrong way, though. He's going to the top right. He's making the exact same mistake that I did, unfortunately, not knowing any, or having any idea where his opponent is. That is, so double barracks opening in it to factory here, and at this point, I do finally scout. I don't see an expansion, so I'm not feeling comfortable taking a third quite yet. That is definitely a wall. I see that there's a reactor coming on the barracks, so I'm like, All right, so probably some marine production here. That is a tech lab coming onto that barracks. Our Reaper Whiskers is still heading down the absolute wrong way. Got some slow overlords moving out. Had to redirect this one to come to a place that was more useful because I had him going this way initially. But then once I scouted with the drone, and once I scouted that there was nothing here with the drone, I started him up towards this top left corner. So that's something you can do as well. So I'm like, all right, when in doubt, 2 base Baneling busts. Dun, dun, dun. Here we are, 18 to 24 harvesters. Man, I'm not droning well, but that's because I'm making so many Zerglings. I've got 12 of them already. I'm moving out. I recognize that the number of drones I have can support the number of lings that I will need. Doesn't look like many, but I don't need that many to bust this thing either. Starport finishing up. We've got Marines in production, double pumping Marines. And we have an SCV on this. I think he was trying to get out, but he got stuck on the southern point of this main base. Tried to maybe get out here and build an expansion, but couldn't do it. So the AI said maybe this is... Oh, man. Where is he rallying? He's rallying... What the what? Either way, is that Whiskers? That's Whiskers! And Whiskers gets caught on the ramp and murdered by Lings. Didn't kill a single thing. Unfortunately for him, it's just rough. That's why Reaper expands on this map in particular are very difficult. But he saw the number of Lings there were. So he's got to feel very, very worried about that. Killed my Slower Lord moving on in. I didn't really see much with that guy. It's hard to do too much scouting. I saw a starport. I saw a factory. I mean, this is just drop play, right? That's all this is. Double medevacs here and Marines inside. But 4 minutes, you're like, how is he faster than Polt? Well, he's not. He's not faster. Banelings coming on in for that Baneling bust. And there it goes. There's the bust. Lings getting around, trying to get a surround on these Marines. Are there enough Marines to beat these guys? No. Recognize does not think so. And he's supply blocked as well. SCV is forced to pull off the line at the same time. Lings are not afraid of SCVs. Go for it, SCVs. Run. Reinforcing Lings are running in here, continuing to macro back home. That is super important for this style of play. Trying to get the Marines the hold position on the SCVs, though. Ah, brilliant move by Recognize. My Lings will not attack hold position SCVs, allowing the Marines behind them to attack and attack all day without losing SCVs in the process. So gorgeous, gorgeous hold there. 16 to 24 Harvesters. It is 1 base to 2 base, but he has so many more workers. I got a Spore Crawler coming up in both of my bases, recognizing there is a drop on the way, and there are Liberators. I don't know that I recognize there were Liberators at this point in time. So here it comes. The Lings might have spotted this, but I am not paying attention to the Lings that are rallying. I'm paying attention to this front door. SCV going somewhere, getting picked off by Speedlings. Not sure what that was all about there. Liberators setting up on this ramp. Queen trying to get them down. Marines say, Queen, you leave our guys alone. Lings knocking down at the front door. Are there enough to knock down these supply depots? And one supply depot does manage to finish. Meanwhile, Marines are getting hit by Queens, are getting hit by Marines, or by Lings here. They're not standing in the circles of safety. That's the problem right now, because they're taking shots when they shouldn't have to. Spore Crawler coming in, trying to burrow in a spot where they can get these Liberators, where they can get these medevacs. Lings do finally manage to break down the wall, and they're inside. And guess what? Reinforcing Lings are here. I can't do anything about Liberators with Lings, so I might as well use them on offense, I believe is my thought process right now. Spore Crawler gets taken down by the Marines. Good synergy here with the Marines and the Liberators, as the Marines can deal with anything on the ground. But no, are they inside a circle of safety? They're not! They're specifically between two circles of safety here, and actually getting hit and killed, and more Lings coming in. They don't care if they're in circles of doom at all. They managed to get all the Marines out. That's a huge deal. Meanwhile, Lings are going to town on the main base. I just have so many Lings absolutely laying waste to his main base. Double pumping Liberators, though, and if I had, I should have focused down this starport, but instead I've got idle Lings here. Oh, that's not good. Liberator up to 9 kills, killing larvae, killing eggs, canceling my attempt to build more drones, to build more Spore Crawlers. This Queen needs to move out of the circle, but I'm not paying attention. I'm up here. I'm up here sending more and more Marines in, and this starport does actually finish, allowing 2 more Liberators to complete. That was a huge moment for Recognize, allowing that one to happen. Drones getting absolutely murdered. Larvae getting murdered as well. I should pull them. I should just pull them. 21 kills, and Nix gets killed by a Spore Crawler here in the main base. Still a Liberator over there, and more Liberators coming on down with medevac support. I mean, the problem here is that Liberators cannot attack buildings, and right now that is what he has. 5 SCVs, which he's hiding, down here, hiding from the Lings, lifting up his buildings, because he knows that Zerglings can't do anything about that. I still have some drones. I still have 2 that are mining in this main base. Liberator sets up in range of a Spore Crawler. Get out of there. It does get out of there. And both my drones die. Reaction time super poor from FalconPaladin. Bringing these Lings down. I'm like, are there more drops available? Oh, Queen popped out, got murdered. Try to get out of there. Spore Crawler again getting some shots off. Good reaction time by Recognize, though. And production tab for both of these players is absolutely 0 right now. So take a look at the units here. 29 Lings, which are utterly useless against floating buildings and Liberators. I mean, it's nice I have them, but they're not going to do anything for quite a while here. 2 more drones here at the natural base. Going to die quick deaths because Liberator set up shop. Bam! Dead. Spore Crawler. Go get him. How about Spore Crawler Queen combination? Can we get one of the Liberators? It's close. No! No, it escapes with 18 hit points. So brutal. Anything in the production tab? No, absolutely not. Trying to sneak his orbital command over to his natural base, or over here, actually. But I'm pretty sure I can notice that happening. I'm not that bad. Spore Crawler does take down a Liberator here at the natural base. Again, Spore Crawler, hero of the day. Queen chucking down some injects. Not that I need them necessarily, but it's just got to keep those habits rolling. Spore Crawler up. Oh, is that in range? Oh, it is! Mistake! Mistake, recognize. Alright, so that's it. That is it for our friend. There are 5 SCVs here. I'm trying to make Hellion. The SCVs, tried to sneak past my lings, but no, they got chased into this mineral line, and they're desperately trying to live, but that's absolutely not going to happen. All the SCVs are gone, well, almost gone. There's 2 more, and now there is 1 more. 0 left. I have no drones, but I have enough minerals to make another one. I have enough to make another one. That is a big thing here. So Hellion running around with good micro. You could maybe do this, but no, there are too many speedlings. Too many. They get that surround every time you have to stop and fire. Gone. Gone and dead. There are 2 medevacs left for Recognize. He's lifting his buildings, but that's it. A good game from Recognize. Recognize is defeated, and FalconPaladin is victorious. And this, like, helter-skelter, slapdash, crazy, ugly, dirty game actually got me promoted into Diamond again. So good for me. Hooray, getting into the Diamond Leagues. They're weird games that came down to the wire. I mean, I had 85 minerals left. 85! That's not a lot. That is not a lot. So watching these games and playing these games, I realized I need to work on, like, a mid-game. I'm really good. Not really good. I'm good. I'm passable with early aggression with lings and banelings and stuff, but man, if I have to wait and make roaches and hydras and lurkers and mutas and stuff, I just somehow fall apart in that stage, and by the time I actually attack with those things, suddenly my enemy is ready to murder me. So I gotta work. I gotta work on knowing when to drone, knowing when to tech up, knowing when to make an army. And I understand the general principle here is that you need to drone up as much as you possibly can and just make enough units to survive, right? You're taking larvae from drones to make units, so that's going to slow down your economy. So only make enough units to survive. Don't make a huge army to defend this early game attack, because then you're dead. You're dead in the mid game unless you can make something happen early, which I try to do. So again, the idea is just trying to make as few units as possible, and then you'll be better off in the mid and to the late game. Got to practice that. Got to practice that for sure. But anyway, that's going to be it from me. This has been FalconPaladin with a very special edition of MidRank Madness. You can send me your MidRank Madness replays to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of MidRank Madness. That is your, I always forget this, platinum, gold, yes, gold, platinum, and diamond level replays with the subject of MidRank Madness. I'll send them to my screeners. The best ones will be chosen, and they will be cast. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.